know what I'm saying?
Shit
So
don't add up at the end of the day.
it don't add up. And I think that it starts with our youth. And that's why I want to speak directly, specifically to that, to just like the obesity rate in the younger generation and the unhealthy eating habits, and how to teach them these habits early on, because one day they're going to be adults. One day they're going to transition and become adults.
I was going to say one thing that, especially from your perspective, from a mother's perspective, from a woman's perspective, and speaking to other women out there, when kids look to their mom or whatever the case may be, whatever you give them, they feel like that's safe, right? So if I'm giving my kid a cheeseburger, they feel like, well, my mom's giving this to me because this is the best thing for me to have. Or any parent, you know what I'm saying? Anything that we hand our kids, they feel like, okay, well, my parents gave it to me, it must be cool. So if they're handing them the hot Cheetos and the Takis and the honey buns and the 99-cent menu at McDonald's and all this stuff, and the kids is just like, okay, well, you gave it to me, so I'm going to eat it. It must be the best option, right? I had a client, just to chime in real quick, I had a client and her daughter was eating fruit snacks, right? And had pictures of the fruit snacks and everything, pictures of the fruit on the fruit snacks. And I was like, you know what's even better than those fruit snacks? And she said, what? I said, real fruit. And she looked at me like, what you mean? She said, this is real fruit. Can't you see? And just because it had a picture of the fruit on there, the little girl in her mind thought she was eating real fruit, right? And it's just programming. It's programming at a very young age of what we implement into our kids' lives, the messages that we give them that take them into adulthood and everything else. And then they pass it on to their kids and so on, right? So breaking those cycles of intergenerational health issues that we can prevent in the long run, if we just had a little bit more education and was able to better understand what those things are actually doing to us at the end of the day, right?
Yeah, and then oftentimes I don't think that we also know the effects that it has on our children. I have a high school classmate that I went to school with, and I remember maybe about 3 to 4 years ago, she posted on her Instagram, and she was actually crying out for help because her daughter, just at the young age of 8, was diagnosed with diabetes. And how do you go from living this? I think she was 7 actually. How do you go from living this, joyous, free childhood, no worries, eating what you want, trick-or-treating, all of this, to now she was speaking to the struggles of not taking her daughter to parties because she wants the cakes, she wants the cookies, but she can't have it. When her daughter's birthday party comes around, her daughter asks for cake and she asks for the things that she used to, and ice cream, but she can't have it. She has to write letters. So now she's
feeling like she's being punished.
She's feeling punished. And then she has to write letters to the teachers and tell them, when you have a party at school, please ask the other parents not to bring sweets and sugars, because her daughter is, now to a point where she's seeing a psychiatrist, because she got to the point at the young age of 9 where she told her mom, if I can't enjoy the other things that kids can, what is the purpose of me living?
Wow.
And this is a 9-year-old. So, I feel like you say, the food, just what we give our children, they look to us as their heroes. If my mommy gives me this, if my daddy gives me this, if grandma gives me this is good for me. And oftentimes when children are young, that's why they say the first thing you should give them. I gave my children smoothies and veggies and things like that, so that as they got older, my kids don't sit here and say, I don't like vegetables. Because why? You introduce them to sweets and sugar first. Now you want to give them some type of vegetable, and to them, this is foreign. Their body has already adjusted to intaking that sugar. And it's disheartening to see that her daughter, now she's 11, but she's just been dealing with this, diabetes at the young age of 11. And to her, she feels like she's deprived of a childhood. When, in actuality, all these processed foods, processed sugars, artificial things, they are not good for our children. My daughter is 3 years old and she's a plant-based baby. And people get so offended and they act like I'm so military because they say, she should want some pizza. That little girl don't even ask for juice. That little girl doesn't even, that's not normal for kids. I said, no, that's not your normal, because you're used to giving your children McDonald's. Where my daughter will sit here and say, "Mommy, can I have a smoothie?" She'll sit down and eat a whole apple and bananas and mangoes, and people will look over at my children. She's snacking on cucumbers and hummus at the age of 3. Yes, she does, because
Yeah.
this is her snack, and this is
Yeah.
what she's
That's the
used to.
reality that you created for her, right?
Yeah, that's
And
the
so that's
reality.
the norm.
Yeah, and that's what she's used to. So when she sees someone eating a hot dog at a barbecue, and they're trying to give her a hot dog, she's like, no. And they're like, what do you mean? Like, kids should be eating this. And it's like the habits start from early age, and it's upon us to be able to teach our children these healthy habits early on.
And I think one of those things, because both of us weren't born into this lifestyle. We adapted and we grew into this lifestyle over a period of time. We grew up eating everything that was in our community. When we go to barbecues, I'm pretty sure at every barbecue, just like every other family gathering, it was ribs,
Yep.
it was links, it was potato salad, it's mac and cheese,
Yeah.
all the normal stuff, right? Baked beans, all the normal stuff that we always see. Very little bit of fruit, very little bit of vegetables, or whatever the case may be. But that was the reality. That's the reality in our community as of right now, right? And for people to see somebody do something out of the norm, especially with kids, they're like, why don't you give them real food? Well, the real question is, do you really believe what you're eating and putting inside of you is real food? Exactly. So
you said something right there, Kat. Educate.
Hey,
right
I told you today is just a little taste of what we're going to be talking about, just a little bit of what we're going to be talking about, and topics that we want to touch on in our community. That's why it's Heal the Hood, right? We just want to give you the jewels and the nuggets and plant the seed for you to go on your own personal journey. We're not forcing anything upon anybody. We just want to show you the love that we've received and able to see the difference, so you can see the contrast, right? Compare the lifestyles, right? It's so funny. I don't know. Do you know Chef Babette in LA?
Oh, yes.
Yeah. So like with my clients and everything, when they see pictures of her and she's looking like she's in her 40s, maybe 50s, and they're like, oh, she look good, right? And I was like, well, how old do you think she is? And they're like, well, 40, 50, something like that. I was like, no, that woman's going on 70.
70.
Or I think she is 70.
I think she's 70, yeah.
Yeah. And they're like, what? And I was like, yes, but she's been plant-based for the last 30 years and working out, taking care of herself, and it slows down the aging process. It allows the body to heal itself. All these different other things where we see, if we continue to put the same processed foods into our body, what happens over time, not only with our parents, but our grandparents, our other family members. So why not make the change for yourself and be able to enjoy, reap the benefits of what you're putting into your body? Right?
And you know what? Yesterday when you went live, I want to say with Coach Chuck, I think that's his name. Yeah. I see that you guys spoke about, how people, when you transition to a plant-based diet, people automatically assume that you're depriving yourself of good food.
Exactly.
And, oftentimes people say that like, oh, you're plant-based. Oh, you can't eat this. You're depriving your this. And it's like, no, what is really deprivation? Like, these are foods that I actually enjoy. These are foods that are actually good for my body. I'm not depriving myself of anything. I'm actually fueling my body, putting all these nutrients and vitamins and proteins in my body that it needs, because like you spoke to yesterday as well, with him dealing with cancer, we all have cancer cells within our body. It's up to you to decide if you're feeding those cancer cells with the process, the meat, the dairy, or if you're not feeding them and you're starving them because you're actually feeding your body of the healthy nutrients and proteins and vitamins that your body actually needs and really truly deserves.
Keeping your body more of in an alkaline state where disease cannot occur. You know what I'm saying? Where coronavirus can't occur. If you're keeping your body in that alkaline state where it's constantly healing, it's fighting off any viruses or anything that comes into its environment, it's at its strongest point. You're boosting your immune system and everything else that goes with that. So, okay, we're gonna leave them with that. We can't we me and you, just like the other day on the phone, we go on and on these topics because we're so passionate about helping our community and giving them the information and everything. So y'all remember September 19th between 2 and 5, we're going to be at Bayview Organic Farms. Another, as you can see, another great coach that we're going to have out there dropping nuggets, just dropping them. You just got to catch them.
Y'all
There's
just
gonna
gotta
be
catch
jewels
them.
out there.
Yes,
You
y'all
just
gotta
gotta
catch
put your
them.
hands out and catch them, y'all.
And you guys, make sure you come out because this is a free event. We are
Yeah.
not, you know, this is not my event. This is Cat event, but this is a free event that he's putting on. He's not charging anybody for none of these gems and nuggets and just educational tips that we're giving you guys. It doesn't take anything but for you to show up and, like he said, for you to actually catch those nuggets as you see them drop, and to invite somebody and bring somebody with you. Bring your children. This is a family event, so this is not just subjected to just women, men, adults. This is a family, a community event. You're going to get some free produce. I think he said he's giving out over 300 free meals. He can speak more to that, but
Yeah.
I am just so thankful that you're giving me this opportunity, Kat. I'm just so even more inspired by what you are doing and going on tour throughout the entire Bay Area, taking this even further. I mean, it needs to go beyond this because, you know, just what you have and your mission and your purpose is needed. We need it. We want it. Although people may not speak to it, but they want it. And I'm just excited for next Saturday, you guys. So hopefully you guys can come out, meet me, meet him, get some gems, get some food, some free produce. Yeah. Tell a friend to tell a friend. And I'm excited. I'm juiced. I'm hella juiced.
Since you brought it up, I'm going to reiterate it one more time. So yeah, next Saturday we are giving away 300 free plant-based meals produced by the vegan hood chefs. So we're actually having it catered for y'all.
Yes, that's my childhood friends. I'm so proud of them.
Coming directly to y'all, right? We're also going to be giving out as much free produce as we can to the community. Like I said, this is full of different health coaches with different experiences, different health tips, everything. And just like Coach said, it's for the entire family. So bring out your significant other, your mother, your cousin, your sister, your auntie, your church members, whoever you want to. Just come out, enjoy the information, enjoy the environment. Also, if you like to make, just real quick, if you like to make some donations to help these events continue to grow throughout the communities, you can go to our website, www.catfitnesswellnesscenter.com. Anytime a Plant Power Brothers shirt or hoodie is being purchased, that's actually providing the meals that we are able to give to the community. So when you purchase one of our shirts or hoodies, that's paying for a meal directly in our community. If you just like to make a donation, you can also hit me up in my DMs. We do have a GoFundMe account to also help provide meals for the community. So I can send you the link over to that. Tell them where they can find you, all your social media platforms, websites, the whole nine, if they want to join one of your classes.
Yeah, so you guys, my Instagram name is right here, JSM_fitness. So you can follow me. That's my name across the board. I'm also on YouTube. So I do have workout videos that I post on YouTube if you want to work out at home. I'm currently offering online classes. So my website link is in my bio. It's www.jsmfitness.net. So you can book me online. You can also book a consultation if you just want to have a conversation about what works for you. I also have my own athletic apparel line. So athletic workout gear, sauna suits, sweatsuits, snatch bands, sweatband, headbands, everything that you name it.
One-stop shop, huh?
One-stop shop. I have a store in Oakland off of Telegraph. So 42nd, 27th Telegraph Avenue in Oakland. That's in my bio. So just go to my Instagram, JSM_fitness. Everything is there and accessible to you. My number is also in the bio. So just, you know, call me for business, contact me for businesses. If you guys need anything, I'm here. Again, my goal is to really pour back into my community and to really give back and to help as many people as I can just on this health journey. So somebody say I challenge you to hike for coming for in the comments. Challenge you to hike for coming for in the I don't know. They talking to you, Kat. They want you to hike. Or
hey, I take the challenge if they talking to me. I love going on hikes.
Me too.
Yeah.
Shout out to
Challenge
him.
Me to a workout. I'll show you what a plant-based workout look like.
That plant-based protein.
Hey,
but thank you again, Kat. Thank you.
Yeah, it's all good. So once again, we will see you next Saturday at the event. If y'all have any questions, feel free to DM myself, DM Coach, and enjoy the rest of y'all day, y'all. We're gonna see you next Saturday, September 19th, between 2 and 5 at the Bayview Organic Farms. All right.
All right. Okay, King
Peace.
Activity.